everyone. Um, Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shai. I have this beautiful platform which I have titled Breathe with Shai. This is my channel. I felt called to come on here. Actually, felt the call, the urge from spirit just to come live and to just express and share myself and to meet everyone here who has decided to support my channel. Um, I don't like to say followers. I always like to say supporters or also future leaders as well. So I am here. I'm live. This is a little awkward for me as I prefer face-to-face, in-person conversations. It just feels like I'm kind of talking to myself, but I know that other people are here and watching. So I just appreciate everyone who, again, has just decided to tap into the gifts and what I have to offer to society and to the world. Um, Again, just a little bit about me. My name is Shai, Shai. Some people say Shy. It's okay. I'll answer to that as well. But my name is Shai. Breathe with Shai. Shai meaning a gift. So it's a play. This is Breathe with Shai. It's a play on that each breath is a gift. So when you breathe, not only am I there to help guide you in the breath, but you are also connecting with the gift that is breath within yourself. Each breath that we take, helping us to realize and be aware that it is a gift and it is something so easily accessible to us. We can tap into it at any point in time, and it's the foundational aspect of who we are and how we navigate through this reality. You know, we come in and take that breath through the birth canal, and then life begins, right? So, man, it's interesting how I'm here because before I would have never even paid attention that much to my breath, not alone breath work. I didn't even know what that was about 3 or 4 years ago. And so, you know, for me, my journey started in 2021, 2020 really, when everything started to um, turn and people started to go inward, or some people started to go outward at the same time. But it was a reset, a shift in humanity. And in 2021, I moved to Mexico, decided to leave the country. Um, that was also something that I felt called to do. And I was with my ex wife at the time, so we decided to leave. And um, during that time, started my spiritual ascension. That's what I like to call it, the awakening, the ascension of the remembrance of myself. And you know, I started meeting people that were on the path, kind of like the same path as me, and they were directing me in certain directions. I started saying yes to experiences because I was in a space where my heart was open and ready to receive. And so one thing led me to another. I got invited to a breathwork experience. And at this time, what I was doing in my personal life as I was navigating through being by myself, being on my own for the first time outside of a relationship, I started to um, just kind of direct or change different things in my life. Started meditating. I started praying. I started fasting. I started eating majority plant based, so raw for the most part. I started to change what I listened to, what I watched. So I started to change my thoughts and how I thought about myself. And these pillars led me to refreshing and just rejuvenating myself and opening my vessel to receive more of what was for me in this lifetime. getting away from what I thought my life in the direction that my life should go, but yielding and understanding and then connecting to source, to God, to my higher self, to my guides that were here to direct me in this lifetime. And life became more easeful. Life became more um, fun, if you will. Although there were challenges, right? I had to learn to integrate the dark aspects of myself along with the light aspects of myself. Um, and so that was a daunting period, and it's still ongoing, right? I'm still in the space of like balancing the dark and the light within myself. But before, I was ignoring that, right? I was ignoring the darkness. I was ignoring going through some of the dark night of the soul, if you will, but going through some of the challenges and some of the experiences that I suppressed within myself. So at this time, everything's starting to come to the surface, everything's starting to come to the light. And I'm learning that the integration of both is key, right? For we, I like to say now, instead of healing, it's synonymous with balancing. We're balancing out constantly in this reality as human beings. We're learning these experiences from one extreme to the next, but balancing out right here in the center, integrating both experiences for the escalation of why we are here as human beings in our purpose, right? And so the number one thing that I started doing was meditating. And in meditation, that's where I learned to really sit with the silence and really process what was in my mind, what I was thinking about, how I thought about myself, how I thought about my reality around me. And so that's why the shift in really paying attention to what I'm looking at, what I'm listening to, had a huge influence in the way that I was thinking. So changing that and starting to really tune into the frequencies that I was digesting helped me in my meditation. So now I'm able to silence my mind a lot faster, where it's that, thoughts are coming in, but they're also flowing out. So they're coming in, they're going, they're coming in, they're going. And then I get into a meditative state where I'm now in the space of quiet. I'm now in the space of emptiness. I'm now in the void. And so for that, I started breathing more, and then I got into the certification of breath work. And again, like I had no idea what breath work was at the time, but it was something that was for me on my journey. And so when I took the breathwork course or the journey, when I had the journey from my friend who was giving it, it was very profound. It was almost like a remembrance within myself to remember that this is a vehicle, this is a tool that I would use to help others connect with their breath, connect with their true authentic self. But it was for me also at the time where it was like, man, like the remembrance, the feeling of breathing was just so amazing. And it just helped me remember why I'm here in the first place, because the whole journey of me and my spiritual ascension was recognizing what my purpose was, what I had to give back to humanity and society. And so after this experience, I decided to get certified in breathwork because I was fascinated by it and I wanted to learn more and how to use it to help others. So I did that. And about a month into doing the certification program, I'm doing my meditation that I normally do at the end of the night. And I just feel this energy, this presence, this loving like vibration over my entire body. And I go into this trance like state and I'm just like, God, source, is this you? And I hear this loud yes in my mind that's just like so clear. It was almost as if I was in a studio, like a booth, where the sound was just so concentrated to my ears and in my mind. And I'm just feeling like this profound sense of love, and it's just all of these emotions coming into one experience. And I'm just having this conversation directly with this energy, this frequency. And towards the end of this experience, my heart starts to beat really fast. I used to have panic attacks, I used to have anxiety. So I realized and recognized that sensation in my body, that my heart was starting to breathe or to beat really fast. And so I'm like, God, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to not feel this sensation anymore. And I lean back in the bed. I'm in the bed. So I'm sitting up at the edge of the bed. So now I'm leaning back in the bed because I'm feeling very uncomfortable. And then I just hear, I'm going to show you how to breathe. And in that moment, it was almost instantaneous where the best way that I can describe it, it was like I was in the passenger seat of my vehicle, my body, and this energy was in the driver's seat controlling the way that I breathe. Although I'm still in the vehicle of myself, I can feel and understand what was happening. I wasn't breathing for me, but at the same time, I was there experiencing what it feels like to breathe in such a way to regulate my nervous system out of the fight or flight. And so I take this short inhale in through my nose and the longest exhale out of my mouth. It's just long, 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 long exhale, long exhale. And that was the first breath. And in that first breath, I'm starting to feel my heartbeat start to slow down dramatically. It's going from this to like here. It's starting to slow down. And that was the first breath. And then I take a second breath the same way, short inhale in and a long, 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 long exhale out. And the next thing I know, I'm asleep. I am out cold. I describe it as holy anesthesia. I'm just put under. And it was like the best sleep that I ever received. I woke up the next day and I remember I had a dream, but I can't remember in detail what it was. But I woke up the next day and I was just like, what just happened? Like, did that really happen? Did that experience really happen? So I'm going through all these emotions, I'm processing everything. And I just feel like I have to share this with everybody or certain people that I want to share this with. So I call them, I share this story, they start to cry over the phone. And it's like they're feeling the energy of what I just experienced, this love, this vibration. And at that point, I'm just like, okay, so this is something that is meant for me to remember at this time in my life. And I felt this responsibility to now learn as much as I can to share with people to help people who are navigating through anxiety, stress, fear, who are constantly in that mode of fight or flight and wanting to experience the relief of that, the calm. And from there, I was just convinced and, um, just in this space of helping as many people as I can, but also the paths of people that I cross, just offering them the awareness of the breath and just being conscious of their breathing. So now I do breath work. I teach people how to breathe. I teach people how to regulate their nervous system. I teach them how to obtain calmness in the midst of chaos, whether that's in their body or that is, um, within the surrounding reality that they're experiencing. But learning how to be aware of the breath so that we can now navigate through this life in control of our experience. Prana, the life force. This is the oxygen, the air that flows through our body. And when we become conscious of that, when we control that, when we gain that, a lot of ailments or a lot of challenges, a lot of blocks become open and clear. It's like the air is pushing through all of those things in the body. And so we experience better sleep. We experience overall wellness and health, calm. Our blood pressure lowers, right? Our heart rate lowers. Certain things in our bodies start to flow properly just by correcting our breath. So after that, Breathe with Shai was born and it was brought into reality. And I'm just excited. I'm super joyful of the life that I get to live now, operating from a space of presence and calm. And so I love teaching that. I love instructing that. I love showing that to people. I have a certification program now out. It's called Prana Matrix, where I show others who are interested in leading these spaces, these containers for people to connect with their breath on a profound level, showing them how to do so, how to lead participants through a breathwork journey for about 90 minutes. And it's amazing. It's fun. This was also something that was channeled through me, the name of it, the idea of it. Um, so this is, if you're interested in learning how to become a breathwork facilitator and to facilitate breathwork to others, please let me know, comment below, or check out my website. It's Breathe with Shai. It's BR, the number 3 as the E, ATH 3 as the E, with Shai. That's also in um, my description as well. And I also hold classes to teach people how to breathe physically, the mechanics, learning how to breathe in through the nose instead of the mouth, using the diaphragm, extending the exhale. So I also teach private lessons on how to breathe. So if you're interested in that, please tap in as well. And I have resources here for anyone who is interested in just doing guided meditations, learning how to breathe on their own. I always like to say, just put it into practice for yourself and experience the difference of breathing in properly versus breathing properly. And it'll change your life just in that instant of breathing that way. So if you are interested, please let me know. Um, So yeah, if you are interested, please let me know. I am always available. You can leave comments in my videos as well, or visit my website, or send me a DM instantly on Instagram or TikTok. I'm also on those platforms as well. But yeah, so I just wanted to hop on here and share this with you and show my face to everyone. And feel free to reach out if you are interested. Sending you all love, sending you all peace. Um, May you continue to progress in your journey and your story and connect with yourself, and to always remember that your breath is right there with you and it's easily accessible to tap into. So become aware of your breath and start to breathe consciously. This is a reminder for you. Peace and prana.